You know, like, this is the thing. People always ask me all the time, what am I using on my face? I'm telling you now, Temple Care is absolutely sensational. Don't miss out on this, you know. I know it seems like to you, you know what, sponsorship, Chucks is getting paid. Like, I'm not coming here and pitching stuff to you that I don't stand by. And there's like, I'll be honest, like, there's a couple of things that like I might have more of my preference that may not be, and other things might be not like a major preference, but I still stand by it. You see this? This product here, yeah, is actually one of my favorite products that I've incorporated in my life just across the board. If you are starting your skincare regime, your skincare journey, or whatever it may be, or you've started it already, I would say give this a go. Yeah, go to Temple Care. You can get 15% off by using the promo code Hcpod. Yeah. Once you've done that and you've added this, come back to me and let me know what your vibes is. All the products in here is vegan. It's good for your skin. If you're asking me, I would go. I use the cleanser, the toner, and then the moisturizer. But if you don't want to dive in like that, I get it. You can just go for the cleanser, wash your face properly, and then go for a moisturizer. I'd say go 6 weeks of doing that, then come to me, and I'm telling you, you'll be like, Chucks, yeah, love and guidance every time. So Temple Care is definitely for me, and I am suggesting it for you. You can get 15% off by going to Temple Care and using the promo code Hcpod. Okay. Right, so, wait, before we even do anything, yeah, Soca you can hear right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm a Soca head now.
Do you think?
Nah, I'm not really though.
No.
I'm not. But, yeah, I like it. Why not, innit? Like, why not?
Why not?
I got Scarlette with me, everyone.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Do you know what? I'm on a high.
Do you want to share as to why?
Tazer's coming here in a bit, by the way.
Tazer's going to be late, shock.
Tazer's going to be late. Also, just to let you know, you can kick back in the chair and however you want. The mic will pick you up. Tazer's going to sit next to you in a bit.
Okay.
I'm on a high.
Yes.
I'm on a high.
We all know why.
I'm on a high. We had the R&B and Slow Jam thing yesterday, but do you know what? We'll talk about that a little bit later because Tazer's going to be here, and it'll be good to discuss that. Yeah. But firstly, how are you?
I'm good. I'm tired because of your R&B Slow Jams last night. Yeah? Yes. I feel like I'm still jet lagged.
Yes.
But I just haven't stopped. We haven't stopped though. Neither of us. No one stopped since we got back.
Yeah, like I didn't even feel like I was gonna feel jet lag because I thought, you know, the time difference was 5 hours. Mm-hmm. I thought and then obviously we had the overnight flight. Mm-hmm. So then I thought when we get back, it will be all right. Like I'd got a little sleep on the plane. And then like everything will be cool. But then there was a situation that happened on the plane, which we'll get to in a bit. I might call him actually. Yeah. I might call him just
get him on loudspeaker.
Yeah, put him on loudspeaker. But you know what? Like, yeah, I came back and I just did a whole load of sleeping. I went out to go and have dinner with my mum because I missed her birthday.
Oh yeah. And did she find her birthday present that you left in the house?
She did. Yeah,
nice.
She did.
Yeah.
And then like every time I sat down. I just, you know, when you could just feel the tiredness kicking your ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was what was happening to me. Like literally, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm trying to be present right now,
but just can't do it.
I couldn't do it.
Honestly, I landed, got my bags, dipped out, went straight to filming, and I'm trying to be upbeat with the homeowners, and I'm trying to be like, wow, this house is amazing, which by the way, absolutely was. Yeah. But there were a few times when I was sat down and like, okay, can you just sit in position just so we can check lighting? And I'm totally falling asleep. They're like, you're right, Scarlette. I'm like, yeah, good, just resting my eyes. I
don't know, like, I thought about you actually.
Oh, yeah.
When you went off to go and work, I thought, oh my God.
Honestly.
The moments where you're actually not doing anything and you're waiting, the tiredness must have been kicking you in your forehead.
Unbelievable. It was. I just wanted to sleep. You know what? I made it through. Then went to the Arsenal game on the Saturday with Marvin. He made it.
Marvin Harrison, by the way.
Marvin Harrison. What? Then went to the boxing Saturday night.
Right.
And that was a good one because obviously AJ won.
All right. So listen, we are here to talk about, like, firstly, right, honourable shout out to the Most High.
Amen.
Honourable shout out to the Most High. Because this trip that we went on and the call that I had got for this, like there's so much special elements in it, I would say, to be fair. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Right? Interject whenever you want to interject.
I will.
I'm like, my parents are Jamaican, yeah?
Amen, same.
And I love Jamaica.
Yes.
To the absolute core of my being. It is my favourite place. There's so much things that I love about Jamaica, but more importantly, it's a place that I always go to just recharge my batteries. Yeah. I just love it. And I always say to myself, do you know what? I need to go and see some other Caribbean islands. I need to go to like St. Lucia, Grenada. I need to go.
Have you been to any other? Well, okay, I know we've just done Antigua, but before that, had you been to any other Caribbean islands?
Because every time I'm about to book to go somewhere else, I just say, fuck, I'm going to Jamaica.
Just go back to Jamaica.
I was like, oh, do you know, I'll just go to Jamaica.
Hey.
I'll be like, oh, you know, I'm going to go to Trinidad. I'm going to go to Trinidad. Do you know what? Nah, fuck it, I'm going to go back to Jamaica.
And that's that.
And that's what I do, yeah. So I had got an email. And actually, Marvin Harrison had actually hit me up first. For some of you lot who don't know, you might see Marvin Harrison, like he does a lot of TV stuff these days. You see him debating
on, like,
and that.
GMBs on Jeremy Vine.
And he's also on True Geordie's podcast doing the kickoff. He's a really good speaker. And it's someone I've known for a long time. He used to do something called Sunday Show, which we've talked about a lot here, yeah. That's him there. You can put him on the screen. Look at him. Handsome lad this is, isn't it? Handsome black man. He's got a good smile.
I guess a lot of people know him as well from Dope Black Dads.
Dope Black Dads, that's it.
Or the Dope Black brand, which he himself founded, I think with some others. But I remember Marvin reached out to me once and I couldn't work it out until we were in Antigua and he told me the story. He's like, I just reached out to you. I saw you on A Place in the Sun. I was like, who is this articulate black female that's on my screen that's really smiley? I need to meet her. And we met and then we've just been friends ever since. And that was, maybe 3-4 years ago?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he also messaged me about Antigua Carnival. He's always sending me dates. Are you free? I'm like, I'm never free. And then when he sent me the dates for Antigua, I was like, I'm actually free. What's happening? He's like, right, Carnival, keep it blocked out. I was like, perfect.
So it was like, he'd hit me about it as well. But I was, like, I just taken it as a pinch of salt. Because I didn't know what I was doing, what I had going on. I didn't know whether I was going to be free or not. Like, I wasn't, if I'm being honest with you, at that moment when he'd hit me, I thought it was a really good call. But I wasn't majorly excited. Because I had things going on.
Yeah, but Antigua for Carnival.
I know.
Antigua for Carnival. Like, even the two separate things.
I know.
Are both a definite yes, surely.
Nah. I'm so glad that I went. Because let me tell you something, yeah. Had I not have gone, I know I would have got that same feeling I got the time when I didn't go to see Buju at, in Jamaica at the national. You know, that still pisses me off to this day.
Did you have tickets?
No. Do you know what I did?
Oh, no.
I'm not going to, because I know some of you lot have probably heard this already, but like, Buju would come out of jail, there was a lot of questions. And it was cool. I think there was that one moment where it was a bit like,
stop.
Yeah. But it was all the questions were needed. They were all needed.
There were times where I was like, I don't even want to ask the question, but like the OCD, ADHD, whatever it is that I have inside me was like, you just have to ask the question because otherwise you're going to be sat there all day like, what's the answer going to be? Or waiting for something to happen. Yeah. I need to know what's happening. I need to organise my day.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was not organised.
And I respect that still. But I had thought to myself, I hope I'm not... I was looking at the schedule, and I was thinking, I don't know if I've got all of this in me, but I didn't want to be the one to be like... I was quite worried that I was going to be the one on the trip that was going to be like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do whatever, yeah. So like, and I felt like that was going to happen a lot to me. But then when I started to hear, you asked like a couple questions about the schedule and like that was the thing that sort of came up or whatever. And then he came back and changed the schedule a bit. Then it made me feel a little bit at ease. And I was like, okay, cool. The good thing is that I know that we're all on the same page in regards to like, having a bit of rest because we do want to experience but we want to experience rest.
Yeah, correct. 100%. And we're in the Caribbean where they do the rest the best.
Oh my God, they don't. Yeah, they just take their time. But the carnival thing is a whole different thing. So anyway, got to the airport.
Yeah.
We all linked up and whatever.
Yeah.
Had food. It was nice. Group was good. Then we get to Antigua.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to have a look at this itinerary again because I do want to kind of go through some of this.
What did we
Taze
have?
is outside, by the way.
The first day was just dinner at the hotel once we got in.
We stayed at the Royalton, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm not an all-inclusive person, to be honest with you. But I did enjoy it there.
Did you? I wasn't too keen on the food.
Wasn't you?
Did you like the food in the
I
hotel?
did.
You're lying.
I swear down.
And you go to Jamaica all the time.
Yeah.
And you thought that food was okay.
Yeah.
Nah, sorry. What's the traditional dish of Antigua? What's the staple dish?
We didn't have that.
Exactly. Do you even know what it is?
Was it? Well, they love a little bit of saltfish.
They do love a bit of saltfish in some dry ass bread.
Okay, so on that sense, yeah, the hotel didn't have. It didn't seem like they had a lot of their traditional
authentic
food,
which I know.
but they did have a lot of Caribbean food as a whole, though, which I did like.
Yeah.
So I did have. I thought I liked the curry chicken.
The curry
I liked
chicken
the goat.
was nice. They had goat.
Yeah, they had the goat. You missed the goat.
When did they have the goat?
They had the goat bare times.
You're lying.
They had the goat bare times.
No, I just after the first night, I was like, this is not going to work for me.
Really?
That's why we ended up going to Roti King however many times. That's why I kept that roti for about 4 days.
Oh my God! Let me wait until Tazer comes in for that. Wait, I'm gonna wait for Tazer to come in for that. But they had the goat. Yes, Tazer's here. Everyone.
Hello.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Oh, hello.
I see you on.
Nice to meet you. You okay?
Hey.
Say hello.
She's even executing real life.
Come on, man.
Wow,
I got
she looks just like you.
I see you on Instagram sometimes.
Oh,
you're
proper
famous.
cutie.
Don't gas her, please.
I love your matching socks to your jumper, by the way. I like to match my... Look, I've got my green and my green.
This is colour queen over here.
I like my colour.
Um,
Hello.
She was... Scarlette was talking about... She didn't really love the food in the hotel. I'm saying I liked it.
Oh, we're in already. Yeah. The food is banging, man. Come on, man.
What?
Me and Tazer was in that regular.
I did breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I
Bare
had just
times.
come from my feedback.
Did you go to the Caribbean
No.
restaurant in the hotel?
No,
that
was it
was
good?
nice as well. We went there the first time.
No, I didn't even know about it till like the penultimate.
That was
day.
right by the beach.
Yeah. I saw the Italian.
It's
And I
behind.
heard,
never
then I
going in
heard
there.
it's behind it.
I was never going in there.
No.
I was never going to eat no Italian in there. I wasn't really going to the steakhouse and that either. But I thought that the buffet was actually alright. The goat, as I said, the goat was nice.
Didn't even see the goat.
I have a question, yeah. And
Go on.
No,
We're just
'cause
talking about the fact that I used to ask a lot of questions on the trip.
Oh,
when you have a question.
You were on that, boy. Nah,
I'm gonna get the itinerary.
So in my household, yeah, I'm Nigerian background for anybody who doesn't know. We eat plantain. Plantain, yeah. And it wasn't. It's not a breakfast thing. It's just with the rice and stew that we have.
As a side, yeah.
But in Antigua, they only served it at breakfast.
No, they served it for dinner as well.
No, remember they mashed it up and made some next thing out of it, man. And it was bare salty.
What?
Do you remember? When they served the soft, soggy plantain, that was only mornings. But certain mornings I went downstairs, I couldn't see the plant. I was vexed.
No, so they had the plantain, but they had it like they cooked it differently a couple of times. So they'd boil it, or they would
like saute it.
Yeah. They did all kinds of stuff to the plantain.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the sweet one was only distributed in the morning. Lunch and dinner, only mornings.
Okay.
So is it a breakfast thing? Is what I'm asking. Caribbean.
Yeah, I have plantain.
Yeah, but we have it as a side as well though for dinners. Maybe they just didn't have enough in.
I've just never had plantain in the morning.
Plantain.
I'm just finding.
You're not going to keep correcting me, but we're blatantly from two different sides.
But yeah, anyway, we ended up having dinner on the first night, but I don't think did we even eat together because me and Tazer ate in the Caribbean joint, and then I think we linked.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys came to meet us after.
Did we go out that day?
No.
The first day was straight to thing, man. Rise.
No, that wasn't the first day.
No, was it?
What?
Oh,
we got there on Thursday. We had dinner.
We landed,
yeah,
bro.
and then we went to Rise. Was it like midnight? We left out for Rise
that was
or
the
something?
first night, bro.
Straight in.
Straight in the tea.
Yeah.
Wait, what day did we land?
Thursday.
First.
On here, it says.
Yeah.
So we had dinner. No, we didn't go there. It says it was called
Panorama.
Melting Pot, bro. At
Melting
8:45.
pot. Melting pot.
This is Thursday. See, they're 8:45. Depart from accommodation for Caribbean Melting Pot at the recreational ground.
You might be on the original itinerary. Are you on itinerary number 2? Itinerary number 2 is just dinner, and then on the Friday we chill until the island tour. Yeah.
They updated. We didn't do that on the first day.
Yeah. Tazer's right.
Do you know what? I'm going to my pictures.
No, it's right here.
Bro, the next day.
But hang on,
Island
actually.
tour.
No, hang on. Do you know what? I actually think you're right, Chuckie, because he didn't put it on the itinerary because he was like, I'll wait and see how everyone feels when they get in, if they want to go or not. Do you remember?
So did we go back to the recreational ground for Panorama?
Yes.
So the event that Chuckie's talking about is not Panorama?
No.
No.
So what was that
I went to. You
Melting
didn't go to
pot.
Panorama. I think that was.
We all went to Panorama.
That was the one that
No,
you
we
missed.
didn't go to the Party Monarch.
Party Monarch, that's
Yeah.
the
So how many times did we go to the stadium, bro?
one. But we went to the stadium bare times.
No,
Okay,
you are
boom.
right. We went. It
Look.
was Melting Pot, and we went round the back.
And that was day one, yeah?
That was that first evening.
Oh, okay, cool, fair enough.
See it here? Yeah, that was that's my first. That's one of my first snaps
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
at the recreational ground on the 3rd of August.
Okay.
The day we landed.
The day it was like a big people's thing or whatever. And like
Yeah.
we just sat in the box and whatever. Then the next day, I can't remember how that went.
Island tour.
Island tour, and we were stuck in the bus with the Trinis, and it was very, very cramped.
Oh, yeah,
wait. Why has the narrative changed now? We were stuck on the bus.
No, we were
I
stuck.
thought they
You
were
remember
supposed
we
to be
were
there.
stuck?
No, weren't they supposed to be
No,
there?
I think we should have been on 2 separate buses.
Oh.
Do you know what? It felt like-
And if not, they didn't tell us that we were going to be stuck on
Scarlett's
a bus.
review is giving me jokes. Because at the time, we weren't this, you know.
No, do you not remember when we were stuck in the back?
Why are you
Me,
saying
Natalie,
stuck,
and
though?
Marvin. We were like stuck, as in like fully
you're
cramped in
capping.
the back.
Do you know what?
No.
I thought that was part of the thing.
I thought that was part of the thing.
Yeah.
Like, at no point
Did I
when
feel
we
like I
was-
was
there was
stuck?
no point in there at a point where I thought that we were stuck.
No,
Like
no.
there was extra people in the van.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
It was
we was
cool.
all like when we were sitting in the van more time, we was in the back anyway.
no,
It was
wait,
Nikki.
Chuckie,
Wait, Nikki. I
wait.
don't want to hot Nikki's thing up. There was Nikki and a couple of these people and whatever. They used to always sit at the front. We was
Yeah.
always in the back anyway.
Yeah, but we had a bit more space. Do you not remember when it was literally
What, like
me, you,
one
Natalie,
seat?
Marvin? No, Chuckie, if you were sat in the back, it was like this.
Scarlett's
The
changed
whole
the whole-
journey was like this. No, even you were saying it.
All I'm saying is I didn't know
No.
we were stuck. I just thought
Okay.
it was part of the...
So did I. And I wasn't mad at it.
Well, I
Because
was
they
mad
were
at
quite
it.
friendly. Like, that was where I met Chris.
Yeah.
Chris is cool.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Is it Cleo?
Janelle?
The Artur.
Cleo, yeah.
Cleo,
she was
Cleo,
nice.
man.
good. Yeah, she
Cleo
was
was
good.
good. They were all lovely.
There was
The other
yeah,
Chris.
there was 2 Chris. Was it 2
Yeah,
Chris's?
2 Chris's.
Yeah, so I got on with the Asian.
Yeah.
Like he was really nice.
Yeah,
actually.
he was lovely.
He was a photographer. Like he took sick. You know when we go to
wait,
certain
he's got to send us
places,
some photos actually.
is it?
Yeah.
You know, like you have certain people that have like an eye for photography or videography or whatever. Yeah. Like we'd go to certain places and then like I would just maybe just do my little thing or whatnot. When we got back in the van and I'm seeing his, I'm like, wait, where was that?
Yeah, he's got the big...
I'm like,
camera.
he's
He was
taking
good,
these
he was
things
good.
at these different angles and like he was capturing these. He was capturing moments really, really well.
Chuckie's already had a explained, given a bit of context on his previous episode. 'Cause I was actually watching it earlier today. There's just one thing that for me that they need to fix or address the next time they do it,
Right.
and it's just because an event starts at 9 don't mean we got to be there at 9.
Yeah,
No,
correct.
that was mad.
Correct.
Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
was-
So
that
we're all
was mad.
getting ready, running around at 8:30.
Like
Driver's not
space
even
lifter.
there yet, and then we're all looking at each other like, we need a driver. We're going to be on time. Like, what's going on?
The early thing was nuts.
The space day, that was the worst one. When we all got together really early.
That was the last day, wasn't it?
Was.
Well, we
yeah.
slightly predicted it. That's why, because Natalie didn't roll. She knew.
Yeah,
just
Natalie
knew.
didn't.
Yeah,
Natalie
she-
there was someone called Natalie with us as well.
One of
Yeah,
my
I
good
think
friends.
that like, because I was sort of on the vibe of come the last. We're skipping, by the way. We're going really far to the end now. But even when it comes to like that bit, I did say, look, like, if it's a cultural thing, then I'm on it. But if it's not a cultural thing, then I would rather not really go. Because I understand that like the 2 people that were going into space or whatever is from Antigua or whatever. But it's like, that's nice, but that's just something, for me, that's just nice to read about. Not necessarily for me to go there in the morning and see that I wasn't that far. But if it was a cultural thing that you were gonna pitch that to me, I'd have been there. I wouldn't have missed
culture in
that.
what sense? Because remember, we are in Antigua.
So like, let's say for
Do you mean
example,
like the steel pan thing that we didn't get to do?
right?
Steel pan lessons. Do you remember?
No, I hear that, but remember, we were in Antigua when something big in Antigua.
Yeah,
was
but that's.
happening.
I think he means culture was in like learning how to play the steel pans, or maybe cooking their main.
If there was
dish,
some,
or
yeah,
doing
or just
carnival.
like, even if it, say like the carnival, like I weren't missing those type of things, but because this was just like a little event that wasn't, it just didn't. It
No,
just,
I hear that, but
I
I
would have
just-
loved it if we actually got the timings right.
Yeah,
I
like,
wouldn't.
we-
I don't think I would have been.
We
that
got there at
bothered.
10:30 and it was like blast off is at 11.
Yeah,
That's calm.
That would have been good
Would have sorted to 11:15 and then stepped
because it
up.
was an historic moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For them in Antigua, that's a big moment. So I understand us being there because we're there. I get it. It's just the timings was off to the point where we didn't even care anymore.
Yeah,
And then someone said Richard Branson was on the rocket. Or no, Richard Branson was in Antigua.
that was her.
I'm not saying nothing.
She said that with her big chest, you know.
Bro.
Someone told me
Richard
that.
Branson's gonna be on the in the
The rocket.
spaceship.
Someone told me that, and he was there, and we could have met him and like taken photos with him. Which is a shame.
Yeah, I know that this is gonna sound a bit mad, but I'm not fussed about that. Like, I wasn't fussed about that, but everything else I was like. I think for me, the part where I was the most there was when we actually went to Rise. 'Cause
Okay.
we got to Rise now. Rise starts at 12 at night and goes on until flipping 11
6
o'clock
a.m.
or
or
whatever.
something.
No, it goes,
No.
they was going
Going
until
for
10,
like,
11.
You're lying.
One of the girls that served us, you know that little room where they serve donuts?
Oh, the ice cream place. Yeah.
12 till 9. She said she only left because she had to come and start her
Oh
shift.
yeah, I remember that.
They go
Yeah,
ham.
they go
Wow.
So we got there at 2. And like,
AM, to clarify.
yeah, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, when we've got there, as we're making our way there, I'm like, oh, I nearly missed that.
What?
You know, I nearly missed. You don't even know how peak it was for me.
What happened?
So originally, yeah, we was gonna leave. I think we was gonna leave at a certain time, weren't we? We was gonna leave at 12, and then it was like, nah, let's not get there at 12. Let's get there for 1. So I had originally set my alarm. I had a nap. I set my alarm at 11:30. Then I was gonna get up, freshen up again, and then come out and just link everyone at 12. But we moved it to 1, didn't we? Yeah. So then I forgot to change my alarm. So when my alarm went off at 11:30, I must have just turned it off. So I've gone back to sleep here. Next minute I hear my phone ring and it's Sean. And Sean's like, yo, where are you? And it's like a few minutes past 1 or whatever. Oh my God. I just calmly said, yeah, I'm coming down now. I just made it seem like I was just getting ready. Listen, I jumped up, freshened myself up quickly, yeah. Then I've ran from the room to the lobby, yeah,
Which is
and
a
that
good
is a
7
big
minutes.
run. That's a big run, yeah. Do you know when we were sitting in the thing, and because you kept asking me like, "Are you alright?"
Yeah.
The reason why I was like so off is because I thought I was gonna vomit
Oh.
because of the run. I woke up. Yeah. Listen, I just jumped up. I just woken up. I just quickly brushed my teeth, freshened up, whatever, and I've ran down to not make the time extra thing. By the time I've got there, I'm like, whoa, I feel like I'm going to be sick, you know?
Oh no.
You're considerate though, because you caught me to say something similar happened to me. Do you remember? But you were walking back as you caught me. So I think
yeah.
we were supposed to be up. We were supposed to be leaving by 6. I was still strolling at like 6:03.
Standard.
Sean has called me and the same thing. He's like, "Yo, Taze, you're rolling." I said, "Yeah." Locked off. I looked at the time. I was like, "Brad, it was like 5:55 or something." I had to quickly hit the hotspots. I didn't even have a full shower. Quickly hit the hotspots, brush my teeth, whatever. And I'm walking, but I didn't run. I walked. Chuckie's walking back up to go. He forgot his media pass.
Oh yeah.
So but then he said, he's gone, "Well, you're strolling for someone who's late." I'm like, "My brother, you're walking the other way. You just bought me time." So
Wasn't that the day as well? You had the wrong outfit on, the wrong costume.
Was that in the morning?
yeah, it was morning, early morning.
Oh, brother, I had a nightmare.
You changed about 3 times and still forgot your media pass.
So yeah, like, that was, what day was that?
I can't even
What
remember.
event? Oh, that was
Sunday?
That was Juve.
Monday
In the
yeah,
morning.
it was Juve.
Yeah.
It was Juve.
Juve.
Yeah.
So like, obviously I've gone there now. I've wearing the, because they get on Juve, they gave us an outfit where I wear 2 different outfits in it, yeah, to wear. So I just picked up the first one that we got. I flung it on. I didn't check the group in it, yeah. So I've come down and I'm seeing everyone wearing a different thing. I'm saying, what's going on?
We're all in our chatterbox outfit.
Then he's like, oh yeah, no, you got to change.
So what was you wearing?
I was wearing
the
the
mist
yellow
one, the orange with the orange and blue shorts.
You can put that on the screen.
You got that already?
I flung
straight
it on.
away, but he put that on first.
That's the one you...
That's the one I put on first. Then I ran back to change. No, it's not. So you can pull it out later. I changed, come back. These times you're still not even there. I've ran back now. And then we're sitting there, and then I think you might have come afterwards, and then someone said something about a media pass, and I was like, oh my God. I had to run all the way back to get the media pass and come back. But going to Rise, though, we ended up getting to Rise at 2 a.m. We're strolling in. You lot wanted to get food again. That was a common theme as well. Constantly needed to get food. You lot ate like fucking horses.
Not me.
Oh,
So exclude me.
You can't start you and tell me I'm going to be standing for 6 hours and not feed me. I don't understand.
It was 2 a.m.
I'm hungry. What you mean? What does that mean?
But 2 a.m. you'd be sleeping usually.
But I'm up and I've walked, so I'm hungry.
But we ate like we would eat as if we was going to bed. So that's what, like, I don't know, maybe my body is different, innit? Because it's like, we've eaten at like 9, 10, so I would probably go sleep now and then wake up in the morning and eat in the morning, innit? Yeah. But we've eaten and had dinner, then we've gone to sleep where we would usually be sleeping because we only had a nap. Yeah. We've come back out and that, but you gotta eat it again.
But you've woken up. You have to break that fast. I don't understand why this is foreign to you.
That's meant to break the fast.
That's why it's called breakfast, bro. You gotta break it.
This was 2 a.m.
But I had something light. It's not like I had a big meal. I had something light.
What did you have?
Just a beef burger.
That's not light.
It was light. I was even vexed I didn't get 2.
So anyway, once we was there now, the energy levels was already all the way up, yeah? One thing that I did, because I'm not a soca head, but the one thing that I discovered straight away is that I like the high tempo stuff, because I think even if I'm tired, that high tempo stuff just keeps me awake. If it's too slow, then I start like feeling a bit lethargic or whatnot. So then anyway, we're like standing in the crowd and there's a man standing on he's standing on a truck with a hose pipe. And I'll tell you this, yeah, as soon as he started spraying the hose pipe, for one quick second, the London in me was like, why is man doing that? Like, why is man doing that? Because in London, that would probably be like, man, just not, what are you talking about, man standing on the truck, spraying man with water and that? So like, that was my first mini second thought. And then after that, I was like, this is all right.
When the water hit you,
yeah, when the water hit me, I was like, wide awake now. And I'm like, you know what? This is all right, you know? What? And then what? People are just throwing around paint and that. Like, I just started to, something happened to me in that moment. And I just really I just thought, you know what? We're here now for a few hours. I'm just getting involved. Where's the paint?
Where's the paint?
So when Chuckie said that, I was like, wait, brother, are we really? Because I was still trying to do the avoid the paint. I don't know, but I was still trying to avoid the paint. Maybe just get wet, but the painting, nah.
Yeah.
Like, it was a culture shock for me because, and I'm going to talk about this in depth on my pod, but I didn't understand what was going on. But I didn't get no wine that day. I didn't understand what was going on.
What wine is
that was funny. That was funny.
Bro, man are going up to girls, throwing paint on them and getting the wine. But I'm confused. I'm confused. No manners, not hi, hello, just bam in your eye, boom, turn round. What? Yeah. Listen, I didn't know what was going on.
Do you know what is funny about, I'll tell you what is funny about the wine thing, yeah? Is that like, because it's still, even for me, it was a culture shock, and I'll explain why, like, my differences in Carnival or whatever, yeah? Is that, firstly, one guy that you know, he's come over and he's like, rah, you lot catching the wine yet? He's like, they love it, they want it. So anyway, now, he's like done the same thing, he's throwing the paint around and he's gone over to one girl and he's like, turn around. And then she turned around and I'm like, what? Then, but there was like a couple of moments here where like I'm there, I'm just like, it's high tempo or whatever, and I'm looking at this girl and I'm like, she's all right, you know. And I'm just eyeing her, 'cause I'm like, she's cute, like she's a vibe. And then someone will just go over there and just, and I'm like, and I'm standing there and I'm like,
bro.
I'm like,
Bruv, I didn't understand what was going on.
But I'm trying to keep a straight face here, just carry on with the vibe. I'm like, oh, this hurts. This hurts.
But one thing I learned on that trip, yeah, is there's nothing sexual about it.
No, it's not
No,
seedy.
not at all.
Even though those areas are being used, there's nothing sexual about it. Like literally anyone can walk up behind anyone and dish out a wine and just keep it moving. You won't even look back to see who it is. Just
Literally, I
continue
was
walking.
there and there were guys coming behind me, wine for about 30 seconds, tap me on the butt, walk off. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like a handshake.
I did.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
mad.
I think when I got, I'm gonna be honest with you, though. Once I got my first little wine, it's almost like it energized you in a certain type of way. I'm like, you know what, I'll catch the next one, you know? You know what I mean? And I started doing the thing where, you know, when you cross the arms over. I was doing it
with the doggy that
looking
Rico
at one
paid
leg
me
like
for,
this. The one that I was never gonna do, though. I'll tell you the one I was never gonna do. You know when they start going really low, and then the man start coming, so they start doing this, and he start leaning back.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
the leaning back thing's
I'm like,
crazy.
nah,
Yeah,
nah, nah.
yeah.
The way my knees are set up,
Yeah. Lower back finished.
Not happening.
you gotta be fully in the culture and be doing that for a little while to be
gotta be in the
doing
gym
it.
to be doing
because
that,
that could go so
Certain wines were
left.
strong though. I was panicking, but I was like, yo,
Yeah, so yeah,
so could this to end, man. There's only so many times I could do this, man. Yo, nah.
But I remember you because you thought initially that that carnival would be a lot like Notting Hill Carnival, right?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know what to expect. I did understand I'd see like the floats part, but I did think there'll be 1 or 2 sound systems playing something else. Nope.
No. We got
Not
what,
that
10, not even 10 minutes of it? When we were
Taser,
Oh,
in
it
really,
Rise.
when we was at
Chatterbox?
Rise,
Yeah, Rise.
and they started playing the dance
Oh,
because
yeah.
we got to a point where it was like we've heard like 2.5, 3 hours of soca and that. Taser was a bit like, okay, cool, like I think that's when you kind of said to me, right, like they're not playing nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm like, nah, and he's like, oh, okay. I thought it would be a bit like Notting Hill Carnival. That wasn't actually carnival. That was like a pre-carnival kind of party, innit? But then, like, we could see that the vibes within the group was just a little bit, just like, okay, cool, we've heard enough. And then, as soon as the dancehall started playing, Taser was like,
That was it.
yes, I'm in.
So I think that's like the only time you dance for the whole
Trust me.
trip.
Besides the pink party.
Oh,
the
yeah, Pink Party.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
that was what Colin Devon event, CDE, smashed that, man. Was
Yeah.
it Prickly Pear Island? It was on Prickly and Pink. That was a lot of fun.
You
So,
know,
yeah.
you know, on the day
Give context.
yeah. So
They won't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a events company.
Yeah, CDE, Colin
And-
Devon events, or
and
entertainment.
they were in Carnival at the same time as Antigua Carnival, and they hosted a private party,
Yeah.
which was a pink party. Hence, why I'm wearing the pink hat today, just
Shout out.
to pay homage.
Nice.
And yeah, so but this ain't part of the carnival. So some of us saw the itinerary and were like, do you know what? If we're gonna remove something from this itinerary, it's gonna be the pink party.
Correct. I was that person.
So I'm like, I don't think you lot are making a good decision here because
I was with Scarlett on that, by the way.
I've been told that this party is going to be probably the latest thing we go to. Yeah, but it's not part of the carnival, and do you know what? We have to sacrifice sleep. And listen, we'll figure out a way to shave hours here and shave hours there, but we have to go to this pink party. Alright, cool, Taser, you've convinced us. Boom. But yeah, but it's $100. Listen,
Just book it.
Chuckie was ready to say, you know, I think I'm $100. I'm like, bro, that's the only thing you
Yeah, I
paid
remember
for.
you saying that.
Yeah, I was ready to
Like,
because
whatever.
I was just thinking because that was still quite early on, and I was thinking shit like I'm gonna be super tired and that, and I was just thinking about like how can I enjoy the experience the best without being so tired. I didn't realize what we was gonna be walking into with Prickly Pear, innit?
But we have to add context. Where did we go first?
We didn't. We were supposed to go to Stingray City.
Yeah,
So it
no,
worked out so well.
It did in the end, but we didn't make it because everyone was so late to the bus.
No, did
Yes.
we go?
That was Stingray City.
we
though.
had breakfast fair.
Yeah.
But that was early. It was going to be breakfast fair, Stingray City, Pink Party, and then whatever else it was that night.
We would have been fucked.
What?
That's what we were supposed to be doing.
That was what the
because
day
we
was
missed
gonna
the
be.
first day of
Huh?
Stingray.
No, Stingray was Sunday afternoon. But remember, we didn't make it in time. That's why me and Chuckie were like, I don't know if we can do Pink Party. Because that's a lot in a day.
Cool, fair enough.
But then when Stingray didn't happen, it's like, okay,
Okay.
there's definitely no way we're going to miss Pink Party now.
all right, cool.
So it kind of worked out
Worked
well
out.
that like because the driver was late, Nikki was late.
Everyone was late.
Nah, I think everyone was. Was everyone?
I couldn't have been late to the pig party.
No, not
No, for
to
Stingray City.
I just remember the driver being late and then Nikki being late.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call Nikki as well. Actually,
The driver was late, so it didn't matter that Nikki was late.
he got a blie.
Yeah, you got to blame with that one.
He got.
The driver just basically
We're
said,
gonna get to Nikki in a bit. We're gonna get to you, Nikki. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, then we ended up going to the
Pink party.
Yeah, the pink party, which
It
was
so
actually
much fun.
very sick.
I think you're right. It was probably the best party.
That was so good.
I didn't know what to expect when I first got there. I thought, let me get a food, obviously.
Yeah,
That
but
was
the food was
good.
banging. You
Yeah,
paid
the food
$100,
was good.
yeah, and you got free food. Was it free drink?
No, it wasn't free drinking.
Okay, but it was free food though,
Mm-hmm.
and the food was good.
Yeah, free food, sorry, yeah. You have to pay for the drinks, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. No, the food was very good.
Yeah, it took a while for everyone to warm up, because obviously it was hot, everyone wanted to eat, find their space, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Honorable shout out to DJ Quest.
Yeah.
yeah, when he...
Killed it.
When he came on,
Killed it.
he just built, because he set the pace so nicely. At this point, people are just kind of eating, they're just sort of mingling around or whatever. Some people are in the water. Remember, we're on a private island now, so like you have to get a boat. Like you go to a hotel, you jump on a boat, they take you there, and then you're on this little island, yeah. And you know what I mean? Everyone's there just doing their little thing for the community, and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, as he's playing, it's like he's taking you on this musical journey, yeah. Before you know it now, you start realizing, right, the vibe's up now.
Fully.
The vibe's up, the alcohol's flowing in that, yeah. And we just started having an amazing time. Like it was so you're gonna see if you can find it.
Yeah, I don't know where you guys stayed.
Prickly Pear. If you search
Just put in
Prickly
Prickly
Pear
Pear.
Island.
One guy gave me a triple shot, though. I think that set me off
Triple
the
shot?
edge. Yeah, I think that's what set me off the edge.
Out of the blue, Tazer was burst. You know, like, literally, yeah. We're all there. Oh, there it is. There.
It looks
Out of the
so
blue,
good.
like literally, Tazer's there just doing his thing, whatnot, and then he just all of a sudden was just burst. And Marvin.
Marvin was. Oh
Marvin
man.
was burst.
And he bought all those bottles as well. That just finished it even more.
Burst.
Yeah, so we ordered 3 bottles in the beginning, and they
Yeah.
gave us the Ciroc and...
The Prosecco.
Prosecco, yeah.
Yeah.
But then they were like, oh, we got to send a boat to the hotel to go get the tequila. So that's why the tequila took so long to come. So because the tequila weren't coming, I said, I'm obviously going around asking girls you want to do shots. I've gone to the bar like 3 times and paid. But I'm like, no, but I bought a bottle, man. This is where's the bottle? Anyway, the bottle's come out of nowhere. But then the girls are asking other dudes, like, yo, that's another thing we need to clarify, by the way. The girls are doing this. Yo, Chuckie and Taze, they're famous. Give them a shot.
Oh my god.
So the dudes are like, wait, why do I care? Who are these guys? But they're coming over, and because we're cool, they're saying hello, and then before you know it, the girls are just pouring a shot from their bottle and giving it to me and
God.
Chuckie.
Yeah.
So you guys did a lot of shots then.
Oh, listen, I was gone.
I had to dash away some of my shots.
I remember I was there with one of them, that big white clear thing, and you just threw it in the water.
Let me tell you, Scarlett, yeah, I
Hey.
pulled out all the tactics and that because it started to get mad. One Don came over, he gave me a shot. The glass was tall. I've taken a shot, yeah, and I'm like, what? I don't even know what percentage that was, yeah, but that went straight to my core. He's come back with the next one because that whole thing was going on. These lot are fed it. They're doing all of that stuff, yeah. So then I've had half of that. Anytime someone came to me with the next shot, I was just pretending to sip it. I was like, in the mix of everyone, like, yeah,
That's it.
or flinging it down here and that. I was like, because I know my tolerance to this is nuts. I will be I'll be so finished, and then 2, the next day you can't get me to do nothing.
Yeah.
You can't get me to do nothing.
And we were out at 6 in the morning the next day.
Oh my god, it was at Juve.
Yeah.
So then, you know what? I somehow found the energy. I wasn't even tired. I think after Prickly Pear, I wasn't even tired. Wait, am I missing something
No, we
from
weren't
Prickly
paid after
Pear?
Prickly Pear.
We had time to sleep. We had a good
We got back at
8
midnight.
hours. I think we got back earlier than that, you know.
Yeah, like 11, 12. I think.
Yeah.
Did we get a good? That was the night we had a good
We
sleep.
had a good sleep.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
wicked.
we're out for Chatterbox Juve.
I just want to make sure I haven't forgotten nothing on Prickly. Did anything else happen at Prickly?
Jerry happened in Prickly.
Oh shit! Tell him about Jerry.
Jerry was by far the best part of Carnival Antigua 2023. Mr. Positive on Instagram, because it's exactly what he is. He's like this ball of energy that the only way I can describe him is the guy from White Chicks. The black guy, that's it. When he's like blowing that whistle, he's in the dance club dancing. That was Jerry the entire carnival. And we're in Prickly Pink. He is up on the 2 chairs and he is just dancing and going ham. And he's just like living his best life. Yeah, guys, having a great time. I'm loving it. He just loved everything. He was my favourite person, Jerry.
He absolutely loved it, yeah.
And he said to Marvin, didn't he, I'm getting my money's worth. So he must have paid a lot for that trip.
I wanted to put this on the screen, yeah. This is it here.
Look at
Bro,
Jerry is the best.
He was enjoying.
He enjoyed everything.
By the way, he's up there at this point, and the vibes ain't turned up yet. You know, he's just the one turned up.
Yeah,
the vibe ain't got there yet.
It's still early
he
there.
was like, he was about an hour ahead of us.
Yeah,
but he was in it. He was so in it. But yeah, everyone looked really good, man. Marvin was burst, that was funny. But then we went to Juve. Now look, yeah, like. Let me just I'll get a little bit deep here quickly. So see with Carnival, the Notting Hill Carnival, I've been going to the Notting Hill Carnival since I was like 5 years old, yeah? And like both my parents being Jamaican and my dad being a DJ in that as well, I've always grown up in and around sound system culture.
Yeah.
So to me, my Carnival experience has always been sound systems. It's never really been like floats, mass. I don't even know. You see when people are talking about, who you playing mass? I'm like, well, I don't know what the fuck that. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Juve, I don't know none of that. All I know is a Stone Love, Cox and Sound, Rampage. Like that is what I do when I go to Carnival.
Volcano Sound and that.
Yeah, Volcano Sound, Invasion and all of them, whatnot. So like my experience with Carnival has always been that all the way up to my adult years. When I get to Notting Hill Carnival, you see like the costumes and the floats and all this type of stuff, yeah. And I look at them, I admire them, but then I just go straight to a sound system. And what I was saying in the last episode is that like over the last few years, I've really come to understand that soca heads in particular are so synonymous to grime fans, because the moment that you say anything that doesn't align to their side of Carnival, oh my God, they let you know about it. So like, for example, one time, remember, sound system and Notting Hill Carnival, which I learnt more so even from Antigua Carnival, is that like, the Notting Hill Carnival is very different to the other carnivals that you see in the Caribbean islands, because I think it's like very culturally diverse in a sense. There's so many different elements of culture, in Caribbean culture, in the Notting Hill Carnival, yeah? Which is obviously you've got the floats and the sound system and whatever else, yeah? So like I remember one year, I must have said, do you know what I think's going to be the Carnival tune? Or one of the Carnival tunes. I said it's going to be Toast, which was Coffee. I just remember that was a big tune or whatever, yeah? So that tweet left my community, it left my circle, it travelled to Barbados, it travelled to Trinidad, it travelled to Antigua, it travelled to all of the islands, and they absolutely battered me for weeks because they couldn't believe Toast Carnival. But you know what? Like again, the Notting Hill Carnival and my experience with it is so different because it's sound system for me.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Did you say Notting Hill Carnival? Did you just say Carnival?
I said just Carnival.
Okay, cool.
But I think even if I said Notting Hill Carnival, they still might have taken it as that because it's still Carnival. And
like,
it
wouldn't have been as intense though.
Maybe not of.
Yeah.
Maybe not of. But like now going to Juve, this is again something that I'd heard about maybe for like the last probably 8-9 years. People going out to Notting Hill Carnival at like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
or
to get
6 a.m.
paint on them. I've always been like, I'm alright, thanks.
But I just, in my head, I'm like, you lot are going out at what time? 5 a.m.
Brother.
To dash paint and water
and play steel pans.
Nah. I'm like, nah. I'm just like, that is not for me.
And
but I would now do it.
I would absolutely 100% do it.
Yeah, but I'd sleep. I know a man that will go raving the night before
and do it.
Okay, and be like, I'm going to Juve. Like, what time? About 2 hours.
There's no way. But I'll be honest with you, yeah. I actually really enjoyed that. I think, I could say that I might even have enjoyed that more than the actual carnival, only because, for 2 reasons. One, I think because I've woken up so early in the morning, I just have to give this a go. Like, you know, like if you go somewhere at 1 o'clock, 2 p.m. or whatever, it's like, okay, cool, I'm going to let the vibe take me, and if it takes me, it takes me. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if I'm going somewhere at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, listen, I'm gonna do my best to have a good time. And if I don't have a good time after that, then you lot are the fucking problem, man. Yeah, because
I'm gonna get my money's worth.
I'm getting my money's worth.
Okay.
So I think that was one element of it.
He's gonna get his jerry on.
Yeah.
I got my jerry on. Like, I got my jerry on. And I think also, like, the people around that go there at that time are almost in that same sort of mindset where it's like, people that are going there at that time.
Wait, one sec.
There's an alarm going off.
Is that you, Mia?
It's alright, it's fine. People that are going there at that time are probably quite on that same sort of vibe. It's so early in the morning, you have to give this a go. You can't just go there and just walk around and just stand up and just... It's too early for that. You just have to give this a go.
You have to.
So I think, like, from that point, for me, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. That took a while to find. Do you remember? When we were walking around, we couldn't find the band. And we finally got there and people again were covered in paint. I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
That's another thing that was funny as well, yeah? I think it was the actual Carnival day. Day 2, we were walking around trying to find, and you remember, in his words, trying to find a vantage point so you could take nice pictures. At some point, you know when you get to Carnival and you're walking through and it's like the float and the crowd of people are going both ways. So there's that little bottleneck period and you're just stuck in it and it's like, you just got to wait for something. We got into that a part in Antigua, yeah? I looked back, I see Nikki. Hey, yo, what's this, man? He thought he was getting VIP treatment the whole trip. When we got into that little rough period, I see his screen. I'm like, yo, what's this, man? Where we going, man?
You know that it actually worked out well that we got there at that time and was looking for them, though. The reason why I say that is because we went to the Carnival. What was it? The time we went on the at 2 o'clock. Missed, and we went from the top. And we walked out, and it was a bit long. It was a long walk, and I think I would have probably enjoyed that better had we have found them. Yeah,
I agree.
And if we would have done Juve like that, that would have been the same. We would have got there at like, I don't know, 3 a.m. and been at the top of the hill, it feels like.
Yeah.
Walking our way down. And I think for someone who's not invested into the culture so much like that, and we're going to experience elements of that for the first time, you don't want to do it like that. You kind of want to just get in the middle of it when the vibe's up a bit and then just be marinating in that for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was definitely better to do it that way.
How did you feel about Juve though?
I loved it. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I absolutely loved it, and that's why I would totally do it in Notting Hill. The dancer at the end as well was nice. Yeah. That was good. The dancer at the end was nice.
I enjoyed Juve, man. As long as I had a rag, I could wipe my sweat because it's hot. The sun is on you.
And it's relentless from early as well.
Listen,
isn't it?
Even that morning when we met our little friend, what's her name again? The American lady. The first day, and we went to breakfast with her.
Oh, her name was like Kim.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Kim. Yeah.
From New York. That
very patriotic.
That morning, yeah.
She was defending America to her core and being. Like anything that you said about America a little bit, yeah, she was really giving it. Right.
Chuckie, the first one where I thought, yeah, it's gonna get sticky. Yeah, I think
Black lady.
Chuckie said something like, "It's nice meeting people from New York when they say, like, I think they say they're from Brooklyn or the Bronx or whatever. It gives me the kind of feel of where I'm from, like Harlem, West London, blah blah blah." This is Kim. She had a napkin, yeah? She folded the napkin. She goes, "So why did you think that, Chuckie?" I said, "Oh, it's getting a bit serious." Chuckie was like, "What, am I wrong?"
Yeah, I was taken aback because I thought, like, I wasn't prepared for a debate.
Yeah, I know, the problem was, because I would have said what you said. In my mind, the people that I know from those areas just resonate with people I know from the areas that I'm comparing to. Yeah. But she's just like, no, like everyone has their own community in every single area. And it's like, oh yeah, she's right. Yeah. All Chuckie said was, I know people from Kilburn, and she's like, yeah, but there's Hampstead too. That's what she said. Yeah, but Chuckie's focused on Kilburn. The way she folded that napkin, it was like, you trying to say I'm hood or something? I'm uptown. We're like, all right. It was so funny, but she meant well.
She wasn't trying to relate to man like that.
Clearly,
she was trying to separate. Right, you know what I'm saying? And maybe she might have taken what I was saying from a place of like, you know, saying that it's hood. That wasn't what I was saying.
Yeah.
I was just saying about people. And sometimes some people look at... That's interesting. I mean, that's a conversation for another day, but it's like, what's in people's subconscious on when you mention areas or things or people. So if you say, oh, like, you know what? There's a vibe over there. It's a group of black people. Sometimes somewhere in their mind, they think...
danger, scared.
This seems a bit risky.
Some towns, would you call them towns or cities, like Harlesden, Brixton, Peckham, they still have that vibe. If you say it to the wrong person, I don't know, what would you call them?
They're towns.
Areas. There's not
Boroughs.
town, city, borough. No, it's not a borough.
What, London City?
Towns?
We're in
Town
London
then.
City.
So London is the city, so what's Peckham and Harlesden?
They're
And...
towns, right?
Ain't it a borough?
No,
It's
the
a
borough is
big
Brent.
Borough of...
Yeah, so yeah, but aren't you talking about this particular borough?
I'm
So
talking about Harlesden.
Okay, just Harlesden.
Yeah, so what's Harlesden?
It's a town.
Town.
It's a town, okay.
Yeah, town.
Yeah.
Man
What
looked
would
at me
you
like
call
I
it?
said something mad.
It's just the area, bro.
No, but it's a town.
it's
The
got
town
a
is
label.
Harlesden.
I don't think that town sounds right, but you can put it on the screen and find out. But
So what is it then? Because there's town, borough,
What is it?
city.
Put it in the comments.
In it, town.
It's a town.
What's below town then? Is city, town?
Like village. Then you go into like a hamlet. It's definitely a town. Because what's above a town? A city.
Centre is what you're screaming, though, isn't it?
All right, tomatoes, tomato. Go on,
Anyway.
But you know what I mean.
We know
though.
what
When you
you
say
mean.
those particular areas, we are talking about the black people in those areas.
Mm-hmm.
But someone else could, of a different colour or creed, whatever, could say the same thing and still mean those areas.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Which is why it's mad to me, but it's true. Like Little Venice
District.
It's a district.
It's a district.
in the borough.
A district in the borough of Brent.
I've
Okay.
never heard it
I would have
called
called
district.
it a town.
Yeah, do you know what
Well-
you do hear? When you listen to LBC, you hear district getting thrown around a lot.
You didn't bring district to the table just now, so don't start bringing LBC and district.
It just makes sense now.
Hey, don't let rappers find out districts in London and that.
Yeah, there you
Oh, so man are just shouting out their district.
go. yeah.
Oh,
But surely these can still
this
be.
is boroughs though.
No, that's not
No,
a
these
bar.
are-
Yeah, these are boroughs, bro.
Oh, they are. Wait, let me see.
Yeah, these are boroughs.
See, areas. See what I'm saying?
The list of
Oh,
areas.
well, anyway, I feel like I
Anyway,
should know this.
whatever,
This is
we know what
some
you're talking
property,
about.
but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anyway. Or a neighbourhood. You can also call it a
Oh,
neighbourhood,
neighbourhood, of
apparently.
course.
There you go.
That's what Americans
Districts
usually
and neighbourhoods.
they,
Precincts and all that.
innit? But anyway, you were saying.
Kim.
And I was just saying that that was a friend that we met in the morning, and that morning that we met her, oh my god, the sun was on, man.
Yeah.
And it was like 6 a.m. I'm like, this is
Why
6
did we
a.m.
get to 12?
But we're in the middle of Carnival, walking aimlessly.
My thing was, yeah, I went though expecting the days were going to be long and the nights were going to be long as well. So I think when it was actually happening for me, there was nothing that was a shock for me. And I think that helped me. If I went there, so like, okay, let's talk with Nicky. We'll see if I can call him in a bit, yeah. Nicky, I think because he didn't engage in the process and he didn't see the schedule, I think he thought in his mind, you know what, he's getting flown out to Antigua. It's an all-inclusive hotel. Man's just going to be on the beach.
Vibes.
And we'll go Carnival a couple of hours and
Incorrect.
then we'll come back. So there was one day where he lost his head because he lost his head at a funny time, Nicky. I'll tell you why, yeah. He actually lost his head at the wrong time. He lost his head at the time where we went out in the morning, then we were supposed to go to the Stingray thing or whatever. There was something we were supposed to do in the day. I think it was a Stingray thing that got cancelled or whatnot. So we essentially had the whole day to do nothing until we was going out in the evening.
For the pink party?
Nah. So something cancelled in the day.
He didn't come to
I didn't come to the
no.
pink party. Okay. Oh,
So
okay.
that might be
So
the one.
we went out after the pink party then.
That was, that's when we slept and did Juve. Monday morning.
Yeah, he came Juve.
He came Juve, he didn't come pink party.
Something's not adding up.
It's the thing, man.
But anyway, so then like he was, because I think when he realised the next day we had to wake up early in the morning, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to wake up early in the morning
For the breakfast food.
for the breakfast fair.
There we
so
go,
then that was
okay.
where he was like, what? Oh, we gotta wake up when? I'm drunk, I'm lethargic, I'm not a robot. And I was like, no, but do you know what, bro? Like, we proper hear you because this had come up before we got here. We talked about this in the group, but you didn't obviously engage in the process and that. So when he got there and realised what was happening in real time, it licked off his forehead. And I'm like, actually, I remember thinking at the time, do you know what? Maybe he could have saved the tangent for the day where it was actually, there was a lot of things going on. Because technically, Sean's argument always could have been, but you could have rested. Because we all rested. He was at the drinks were free. Man was at the beach. He was just living his greatest life over there, thinking nothing else was going on for the day. It was hilarious. Hey. When you see someone having like a meltdown like that sometimes, it is quite funny because you think I fully hear you. Like, I'm actually with you, but today this is not the day. You're doing this one on the wrong day,
man. It started raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was not happy about that. No. At first he thought, alright, cool, it's hot. Then afterwards he's like, nah, come on, man, what? We gonna stand in the rain?
He missed a couple of things, man.
But in that moment, I guess the way Chuckie handled the situation, that's when he realised, alright, Chuckie, do you know what?
Yeah.
This is how I know you're that voice of reason. Because in this moment, I'm pretty sure he's done that before and people have just let it fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you calmed him down.
Do you know what I'm saying? But you calmed him down and got him to see
reason.
At the end of the day.
Because I understand Nicky, and Nicky's my guy, man. I got so much respect for him, and like we've spoken before and whatnot. But I knew where his head was at, and I knew why he was feeling the way that he was feeling. But then sometimes all you do have to do is just put a little bit of perspective in, but let them know though that I hear you though. Like, it's not what he's saying isn't in vain. I understand where he's coming from, and like when you meet them there on that place of understanding, then you can then start getting your point across, and then it's like, okay, he was kind of like, alright then.
He really was. He totally.
He started walking around in a circle, and he was like, yeah, okay, all right, cool. Well, let's do it. Why not?
Chuckie weren't here, you know.
Yeah.
See you, Chuckie. You get me in that.
But going back to this, it was like, because I expected the days to be long and the nights to be kind of long and that too. I think that was probably where I was getting a lot of my energy from. I had super mentally prepared myself.
Yeah, because there was a night where you went out again. After Prickly Pear. We were all mash up, and you and Party Sean Monarch. Still Party Monarch.
And that was, do you know
still
what
do you know
what was the irony of this whole thing was? That was actually the best time in the recreational ground. Because one time I remember we went there, and it was like a big people's thing, and it was like, okay, cool, this is cool. But it's like, it didn't feel like it was for us.
Yeah.
Then there was another time that we went there. For Panorama. And it was like, this is all right. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think this is an all-night thing. I think we can, there were certain things that we did where it was like, well, there was no need for us to be, don't need to be there for 5 hours or 4 hours. We could easily just go there for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And if the group decides that they really like it, then we can stay. But if not, then we could just leave. At least we've experienced it.
Yeah.
But like, going to this one, it was like, it was so much younger, and what was happening was like, you see the songs that we kept hearing a lot of the time, there's a competition going on. So they were actually performing the songs. So you remember that song, Jumpy, 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 Jumpy,
yeah,
Jumpy, Jumpy. Like when I went in there, I just see this guy prancing around on the stage, Jumpy, 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 Jumpy. And I'm like, bro, I heard this tune a bunch of times. I thought he was just like doing a rendition of it. But he was like, nah, this is his tune. Okay. And it's like a competition. And so that the biggest one, it's time to mash up the place.
Oh, yeah.
When she started performing, the whole place was going so mad. And I was like, oh, this is all right. Like,
Song of the Year.
And it started to make sense because it was like, these lot are pitching for that Song of the Year thing.
Yeah.
And the crowd is younger. They're more receptive to it. Everyone's dancing. There was a little bit of water again when that lady came on and did her thing. And I said to Sean, my agreement with him was, we've been at this Prickly Pear thing. I know everyone's tired, and it was on the schedule. And I thought someone has to go. I think sometimes maybe I'm just too nice, but I'm like, it just doesn't look it doesn't look good if nobody goes. So I said, look, I'll go, providing you can promise me that we're doing an hour, an hour and a half the most. And he was like, yeah, cool. So we went there, We was there for an hour and a half, and I said, you know, but that woman was just about to perform. I was like, I'll stay for another half an hour. So I stayed for 2 hours, and like it was good because it was younger. And I was thinking, this was out of all of the recreational ground stuff, this was the one that we should have been at, and not the other ones.
Right.
I mean, again, criticism for him moving forward, because Prickly Pear was the only time I drank. If I'm being honest, the other times I didn't really drink.
I didn't drink hardly.
Do you know what I mean?
at
So
all.
I know what I'm like after I drink, but sometimes I'm a bit different in the sun. I can actually just go have an hour nap and then just gonna power through the next event, because I knew how many times. Remember, Carnival's about to start now. The early starts are kicking in now, so I'm like, you know what? Let me just sleep, man. I'm not going to that one.
That
So I
makes
got my
sense.
full sleep
It made sense.
from like 10 till whatever time we woke up the next day. Fully slept and was fresh for. Okay, cool, Juve, Carnival, blah, blah. That's why by day 2 of Carnival, I was like, oh, we're done. It's like, no, we got to see someone get sent into space.
Yeah, no, I
morning.
wasn't after. See,
I'm
that
like,
was
what?
the part. Imagine, you could see that I was so mentally in this thing, but then you could probably gauge that at that point, that was the bit where I was like, I was done now.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what, is this not a cult? I get what you're saying now. Like, it does make sense that it was a big thing for them, and I didn't see it like that at the time. At the time, I just saw it as like, yeah, there's 2 people from Antigua going into space. I just thought, I've seen the Carnival, I've seen everything that I've needed to see, and I've enjoyed it. Like, we've got here, the moment that they said, we got there 8 o'clock in the morning, the moment they said that it was 10 o'clock, literally, in that second, I was like, yeah, I'm done now.
We all checked out.
I was like, I'm done.
Come on, man. 8 o'clock in that sun to only tell us.
If we just
it's
had
gonna
another
start
couple
at
of
12.
I was
hours
in-
sleep, we would have been all right. We would have made it.
The funniest part is I was standing on the side in it, so I could see Sean's face like, so why did you tell me to come now?
Yeah,
And the
he
brother
was
was like,
vexed.
but the brother basically braced himself, was like, you're not going to like the next news then. And Sean was like, go on.
Doesn't actually
Blast
start
off
till
until
like
11:15.
Yeah, nah,
I
yeah.
said, yo,
Oh, no.
so you want me to tell these lot to wait for 3 hours? I said, sure, where's the driver, man? Come on, man.
Should we talk about the hell to the nana?
What was that?
Chuckie's a bad guy, you know.
What was that?
Because I thought it. Well, Chuckie said
Is
it.
that what he would say?
No, I was just looking at man like, brother, I've been complaining about this sun for 48 hours now.
Scarlette, it was 500 degrees outside, and I see a man.
Wearing jeans.
Hey, EA, tight jeans.
Yo.
Do you know what? I could have somewhere in my soul.
If they were boot
I could have
cuts.
somewhere in my soul not said nothing if the jeans were just a
bit-
little
I know
bit
exactly
looser.
what you're talking about.
Straight.
Now.
Oh, the tight
No.
grey jeans, yeah.
I'm like,
I
yo.
said the Don came out in the hell to the nanas. I said they came out in the hell nah to the nanas.
Do you remember breakfast though? Was it Marvin? It was like at breakfast.
What's that? Oh
I
yeah,
remember
yeah. I
Mum
was
was
about to
like-
say it, yeah, of course. But
Go
the thing
there.
is, yeah, what was even more funny one time is that in the day he had a really nice 2-piece on, and then when it was time to go Carnival, he kept the top on and then changed into the hell nah to the nanas. I said, what's going on?
Chucky just kept laughing at him. That's like, yeah.
But I didn't. The thing is, I didn't want to put his face in because I don't
Yeah.
like doing that. I don't like embarrassing man like that. But I just.
And his argument was, I don't want to get bitten.
Oh, was that
That
the
was his
reason?
argument, yeah. Because I remember I asked him, I said, brother, come on, man. You gotta wear
Did you
shorts at
actually
least.
ask him?
Yeah, but come on, man. Jeans. I know how hot I was. It's long. And then he goes, nah, you lot stay there getting bitten. Like he had one up on us. I was like, you know what?
yeah. It was like,
You know what, maybe.
Like
My
he had-
legs are
it was like he had the cheat code. He stepped out in the hell now like he had the cheat code. It was
Hey, all that walking, yeah. There's no way you wanted to be in jeans. No
A lot
way.
of chafing.
But you know what?
Chafing.
Barring like some of the hiccups and whatever else, like I know that there's a lot of things that they could tighten up and whatnot. And like, you know what? I will speak to Sean about that privately. But I will say this though, as a whole, I really enjoyed it, and I think that the group really contributed to that as well. Like it was good being around all you lot, and like like sometimes you can go out with a group on holiday with a group of people, and sometimes the vibe can just feel off. It just never felt off for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just felt like as a group together, we had a sick time, and I think I will always remember that trip. Maybe more so for me because, as I said to you in the beginning, I wasn't going to any other place really other than Jamaica. I just kept leaning to go to Jamaica. Jamaica's still my favourite place, yeah. But one thing that it did do was make me say, you know what? I want to go and see like some other carnivals. I'll do them. I'll connect with people who are fully engaged in the culture, and I'll do it in my way. So I probably ain't gonna do like all of the whole day thing and whatever else. But I would go and do Juve somewhere else for a couple of hours. I would even go and play mass. You know that I'll go and put on the costume thing for one day, just experience that. But I wouldn't do it at Notting Hill Carnival though. I would do it abroad.
Okay.
I would do it abroad. I'd go somewhere else and I'd just like, for one day, fling on the costume, dance around, drink two drink, you know what I mean? Cross over my arm. You get what I'm saying?
Leg up.
I was gonna say, I think you summed it up perfectly, but it didn't. You can't lie to the listeners, man. At some point, it was a bit shaky, man. Especially the last part.
What do you mean?
On the plane.
Oh! I nearly forgot. Should I call him?
Call him.
Yeah, you have to call him.
Call him.
Because he has to basically allow us. No, he needs to give us permission to banter.
But listen, I do want to thank them though for the trip and stuff
100%.
like that.
Overall,
really.
main question, would you go back?
Yes.
And do Carnival again?
Yes.
Perfect, then.
I would definitely go back.
That
Where's
trip did
I want to
really
know where the best carnival is in the world though. I'll tell you that now.
Apparently Trini.
Where is the best? I need that. Put
Yeah,
this in the comments and that as well. Yeah. Where is the best
Trini,
carnival
Brazil,
in the world? If you ever been to a carnival before, if you have, let me know what your experience was like with that. I've got to jump on a call quickly.
Cool.
But Tazer, have you got a minute? Because I want to continue.
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. I just need to. I'm chilling.
I just need to do this. But Scarlett, thanks though.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. We'll sit down and have a reason about life.
Amen.
At some point. So yeah, you can't just come in and talk about your dad, your driver, your mum's, your this and that, and your sister's that and this, and we're not going to sit and have a conversation about this and that.
Yeah, we'll
and,
talk about
you know what I
it.
mean? So we'll do
Definitely.
that. But yeah, thank you for coming on. I
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yeah. Love. I don't know if we're going to use this in the beginning or the end, but yo, we've just come back off the back of doing R&B and Slow Jams yesterday. Oh my God, bro. Yesterday was sensational, bro.
Listen, I don't know what it was. I don't know what was in the air. I walked in. I went upstairs. I looked in the crowd. I said, "Yeah." Something's telling me this one's going to be a special one, man. I don't know what it is. My boy was there about an hour before, and he said, "Yo, if you ain't left your yard yet, leave your yard now." I said, "I ain't say nothing." Yeah.
I started getting that feeling actually because I left, yeah, but I left kind of late because I was doing a couple things, and then as I was making my way, I just wanted to get there. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get there. Like, and then that's how I ended up getting a ticket because then usually when I get there, I'll just park wherever there's a parking space, and sometimes when I get there a little bit late, so I end up having to park far. But because I just wanted to get there, bro,
You just slapped it
I
somewhere.
slapped it somewhere. And then someone put in the group that they're giving out tickets or whatever.
Yeah,
so at
yeah,
one point
yeah.
I went out just to make sure that my car wasn't towed. But bruv, like pushing that aside, the tickets went out on sale for Coco today. Tell them what's going on, bro.
Listen, tickets went live at 12 o'clock, and we were pretty much in the group saying we're sold out by like 12:05, 12:06.
367 tickets were sold in a second or a few seconds.
You literally, as soon as they, because my brother messaged me that app's not working. I'm like, well, it's not going to work any quicker by messaging me.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to figure it out. Refresh, tell someone else to buy it, whatever. But yeah, man, I knew, me and Matthew spoke about it before, and he said 2 hours. He said by 2 p.m. it's sold out. I'm like, whatever. And because I knew I was coming here, I was kind of like, what? So we'll probably sell out whilst we're recording. Do you know what I mean? But I ain't even jumped to the shower yet. We were sold out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think so. You was in bed.
Yeah, I was lying in bed still. My mum was over. It was crazy. I just couldn't believe it, bro. But I just think like the experience it's a really good musical experience, man. And like even yesterday was such a highlight of that because like when we done the summer series, yeah, which was, to be fair, the summer series wasn't a thing that I was on doing. I wasn't really on doing it. I'm sure you want to go and discuss that.
No. We've already discussed it. We discussed it already.
Did we discuss it on here?
Yeah, well, I said it nearly never happened.
Okay. But I thought, you know what? Yeah, you know the music side is super important for me, innit? So I was like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to rinse it. So I was thinking, the summer series, we'll just change it up, and like Shorty Bless will do the main set one day. I'll do the July one. It's my birthday in July as well anyway. And then Slick could do this one. So I know that like stylistically, even though we will all naturally take some tunes out, add some tunes in. Then there's going to be some songs that are just inevitably, they're just big songs. Like, you're just going to play them. But we're all going to take songs out, play things in, like do all of that type of stuff. And I think we'll also be inspired by each other, because low key, you know what, Shorty will play a couple tunes and I'll be like, oh, rah, like I forgot about that one there. Then I might draw that next time. Slick will do the same thing. He might see in a clip, oh, rah, okay, I'm going to draw for that then. Do you get what I'm saying? And like, we all have our own different flavors of doing that. And like yesterday in particular was just so good. I was doing the interval this time as well, and it was just like the vibe was just up, and the experience, I think when people come, whether they come all of the time or whether they come for the first time, they always leave with it being like quite a memorable thing.
Bro, one girl drove from Ipswich yesterday, because in my mind I'm hearing girls from other cities were there, so I'm just thinking, oh, Sandy probably got a hotel. Nah, they drove home on a high. I was like, raw. And you got work in the morning? Like, yeah, we're not missing this. I was like, oh, fair play.
Sick, man.
I don't know how to put it in words. I said it to a couple man from the May one, Brixton. Like, I think that when they saw the visuals to that one, they're like, yo, yeah, we need to reach. But for whatever reason, they didn't reach June, they didn't reach July. So August was the one that they happened to come to. And off the back of yesterday's feedback, they're like, yo, like, you've changed my whole outlook on going out.
Yeah.
I want to go out now.
There was a girl that was, I think you put her in the group, that were filming content and that. And she asked me about like why, like what is one of the components that we feel has made it become what it has become. And I said, I genuinely believe it's authenticity, you know. I think that there's like, there's other driving factors. Obviously, you got social presence, I got social presence, and like people trust in you if you're telling them to go somewhere. And I think people definitely trust in me as well, yeah. Because I'm not always selling them things or telling people to go places or whatever, yeah. So I think that's one element, but I think the musical experience is super authentic. I'm always pushing the DJs even before me, Shorty, Cypher, whoever it is. I'm like playing these eras, and don't be afraid. Like, don't be afraid, because you know what? You've got a free range at this time to just like really dig deep and play certain, and just do like sandwich mixes. If you feel like, you know what, there's a good vibe being created here, and you're about to really like take a plunge and play this record, just have another vibe lined up just in case it just thing. But you know what, it doesn't matter. And
I think we've done well in building that community where people want to hear a man take a plunge. It might not be the whole crowd,
definitely, but
there will be certain people. Like, I remember I did it once and I played Tanisha Kelly, I Wish You Loved Me, and the response wasn't the greatest, but the messages I got after, people are like, "Raw, what you dug for that tune?"
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, so
because those are the moments. It's like we're not always trying to play for like everyone. There's gonna be moments where it's like, I'm digging for this tune, and maybe only 5% of people in here actually really know this tune. Yeah, but it's cool though.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
It's about, man. No, yesterday was sick, man.
I genuinely believe, like Manchester will get that. Manchester will get like that.
Yeah, Manchester.
Birmingham will get like that.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, and Leeds. Funny enough, we've got a lot of people from Leeds. Yeah. Like, when you look at the data, there's a lot of people that are messing with us in Leeds. So Leeds will get there as well. It might be its own. It won't be as big as the dates that we've been doing in London.
No, I think Birmingham will be, and Manchester will be. Leeds, I think, will grow. Like, obviously, like, maybe not as big as you're right, but I think they're like, and they will all get an authentic vibe. Like, anywhere that we go, it will always be authentic. We won't think, oh, do you know what? Because we're going here and maybe it's a bit thing, we're gonna like commercialize it so that it fits. No, we're gonna give you the same thing. Yeah, we're gonna give you the same vibe. And I do want to say this though, and I want this to be super clear. Me and Tazer both we have other brands. If R&B is not your thing, you are more than welcome to come to the other brands. come to Family, go to Faded, whatever it is, that it's musically diverse there, yeah? If R&B is not your thing, then this is one that you do have to sit out on. But it is good though, because Faded does what it does and Family does what it does. It's not like you're missing out.
No, but do you know why it's funny that you say that? Because the man them are like, I hear you, Chucks, but the crowd, and it doesn't help. Do you know what's mad? We need to, it sounds mad, let me put it out so it's out on record, yeah? I think we need to get to a stage where we just don't post it in regards to us at the event, because that's what is going to be the driving force for people that don't like R&B but want to come for the music. Because more time when people post it, it just looks lit. So you got this gal posting it, that brother posting it. You got to think of the wider audience thinking, this just looks lit.
Yeah.
But obviously, the way it's going now, by the time they even find out and go to get tickets, it's gone. It's gone. Which is a beautiful thing. But I think if we manage to maintain that very well and let the community know that as much as you want to share this with your brethren, we appreciate it. But in order to keep it what it is, you're gonna have to do less of the sharing.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do less of the sharing. I didn't share nothing yesterday until this morning.
Okay.
Because I knew my phone would have been ringing. Yo, brother, I'm in the East. What you saying? Can man still pull up?
Yeah.
They would have been bare of that, and I didn't want that.
Yeah, you're right, and I think that I made that mistake actually, because on the Saturday, I posted clips.
Didn't do none of
then
that.
I was like, oh yeah, Birmingham soon come, London, we're gonna create a thing. But sometimes I just leave that because I just think, you know what? But I did it that time, and then what ends up happening? I said on my thing, on my story, R&B and Slow Jams is sold out, and there's no guest list. 5 minutes later.
Yo,
someone saw your story and they wanna. I said on it, no guest list. Like some people, you're right. Like you can call me at any point. It's fine. You can shout me. But when someone else has seen the story and they know that because me and you are close.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I still don't know how to handle that. Like my boys know. I just need to remember to put their names down. Like they're 30, whatever. And if I ever go to them and say, listen, you have to get a ticket. They're like, boy, then that's when they'll consider, alright, cool. Tazer told me to buy a ticket. But there's some people that you might go to an event and be friendly with them at that event, but you met them through your boy.
Right.
Nah, he thinks he can DM you. Say, yo, but my guy. You say,
yeah.
And then you might be like, you know what?
Yeah.
You're good. You're like, yeah, but can I get a +2? Come on, man.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. +2. Yeah, oh, man, you're killing me, man. Come on, man. So it's just that, innit? But those that know, and the rest, listen, please just go online. The website's easy. It's slow-jams.co.uk.
There you go. And you can go and check for other cities. And let me tell you something. I tell you what, we are venturing outside of the country, you know. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start seeing these other cities, you know, Stockholm coming over there at some point. Understand that. Amsterdam, gonna try a thing. Berlin. Yeah, Berlin, you're gonna get a slice of it. I'm telling you.
I can see us in Barcelona.
I see us in Barcelona as well. Yeah. But yeah, man, is everything good otherwise?
Yeah, man. Mia, come and say hello, man.
Yeah, man. Why not?
Come, man.
She's like, okay.
She likes to pretend that she's shy.
I know that she's not shy because I see you with an abundance of personality on Instagram. How are you?
Good.
Are you enjoying your school holidays?
Yes.
What have you been up to?
I've gone out with my mum. I went to see both my grandmas. I went out with Daddy. And
where are you going next week?
Morocco.
Is this your first holiday with Dad?
No.
Oh, you've been on holiday with him before?
Yeah.
Does he annoy you when you're on holiday?
No.
Just a little bit sometimes, though. Yeah.
Right, you had your time. It's fine. Go back. Thank you.
Alright. Hey, bro, we're linked. We'll pod properly soon, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, thanks for listening, everyone.
Love.